Every journey has a beginning, and most of my journey to the mountains begin in a train. For this journey to Uttarakhand, which would go about a month, me and Toothless, my Dominar 400, boarded the Tamil Nadu Express from Chennai to Delhi. As always, Toothless was packed and booked as luggage in the same train, and all in all, it would cost about 5,000 to 6,000 rupees to transport your bike as luggage in a train from Chennai to Delhi. The 36-hour train journey would sound like a bit long for folks who fly in the same distance in less than 3 hours. But I look at it like this. See, you get a 2-night AC accommodation and 2,200 kilometers of lush green India outside the window, and that too for a little over 2,000 bucks. This suits a time-rich guy like me who isn't commuting from point A to point B. Anyways, I'm not looking at getting to destination at the shortest possible time. If you travel the country, you would possibly know that in this country, every 50 kilometers, everything changes, and I really don't want to skip that and fly straight to Delhi. The train was on time in Delhi, but it took about 3 hours from there to hit the road after releasing the bike from the parcel office, and more importantly, to evade all sorts of parasites waiting to ambush you outside the railway station. People generally take the Delhi Haridwar Highway 334 that goes through Ghaziabad, Meerut, and Muzaffarnagar. But I took the state highway that we call the Upper Ganga Canal Road. Once you cross Ghaziabad, you take a left at this place called Chota Haridwar and follow the Ganga Canal that goes all the way and joins the highway at Roorkee. So one reason for choosing this route is this one is a lot greener, and besides you ride along the Gangetic Canal. The other reason as well, we'll get to it in a while. The Delhi Haridwar highway is about an hour faster, but with all the tree cover, this one is a bit cooler and greener. I started the journey on the 17th of August, and you know that both Himachal and Uttarakhand were flooding heavily during that time. So flooding, landslides, roadblocks, and multiple water crossings, all these were very much in the cards. But day one was relatively easier with clear skies and dry roads. After about 5 hours, I rejoined the highway 334 from the Ganga Canal Road. And here they come. So this is the reason number 2 for me avoiding the main highway, the Kavadis or Kanwas from UP. I started this journey in mid-August because there is something that's going to happen in Uttarakhand just after the monsoon slowdown. But ironically, it overlaps with the Kavadis in UP. Tens of thousands of saffron-clad bhaktas collect pictures of water from Ganges and bath shivlings. See, their faith is none of my business to comment on, but the way they abuse public roads, it's actually a nightmare. You know, you have to ride as if you're trespassing their private highway, and during that time, they take over the entire road. There's a super fast highway that runs between Haridwar and Rishikesh, but again I choose views over speed, so obviously I took the one less used. So this one goes through the Rajaji National Park. Before you actually enter Haridwar, you take a right and there is a bridge crossing the Ganges. So that takes you right into the Rajaji National Park highway. On one side you have the Ganges, and on the other side you have a national park during monsoon. Just when you think the day went smooth without much challenge, well, you already jinxed it. So generally this water crossing has no water at all, but with the floods, water was gushing from coast to coast, and either I had to cross it or circle another 40 kilometers around. In most developed countries, this spot would have been red flagged, and I would have no other way other than turning back and circling 40 kilometers. But this is India, bro, and we have a word, jugaad, which means making things work in unimaginable ways. Getting your motorcycle ferried across a flooding river in a tractor for $100. One of the many things that could be possible only in India. I've been traveling this country for almost 10 years full time, but it has never failed to impress me or surprise me. One of the many things solo traveling teaches you is the difference between loneliness and solitude. I was right on time for the sunset in Ramjula, a spot that is almost synonymous with Rishikesh itself. Rishikesh lures all sorts of people from spiritual wannabes to dopers, from adventure junkies to hardcore bhaktas. But for me, Rishikesh is pretty much the last spot where the Ganges stays as a river. Downstream from there, it progressively gets converted into nothing more than a wholesale gutter. So what it teaches me is even if you are a goddess when you are a river in India, you can't change your fate. As the sun set into the horizon, it was time to call it a day. So I headed to my favorite adobe in Rishikesh, Live Free Hostel, where I always stay. Because the next day was likely to be long as I would be heading into the mountains. But all I hoped was clear skies and dry roads. But